I don't know if people really understand Bronny. He doesn't care.
He's been in this rim of the game of basketball since he was born, obviously. I've played in the NBA longer than he's been alive. So, he understands the nuances.
Bronny James, the eldest son of NBA superstar LeBron James, has had a glamorous journey in basketball so far. Born on October 6, 2004 in Akron, Ohio, Bronny grew up in the spotlight, often seen courtside at his father's games. From a young age, he was immersed in the world of basketball, playing for various youth teams and quickly making a name for himself. In middle school, Bronny played for the North Coast Blue Chips, a team that included other future stars like Mikey Williams. His highlights from youth basketball games started drawing national attention. Bronny attended Crossroads School in Santa Monica, California for middle school, where he continued to impress on the court. He later transferred to Sierra Canyon High School, known for its competitive basketball program and high-profile players. At Sierra Canyon, Bronny played alongside the sons of other NBA stars and demonstrated some qualities. In the realm of professional sports, a billion-dollar industry, players must earn their positions through relentless effort, resilience, and determination. In basketball, there are no shortcuts. Players either possess the necessary skills or they don't. If they fall short, their teammates and rivals will quickly recognize it. A prime example is Bronny James. Bronny James stands out as a unique case in sports, having entered the professional leagues amid a whirlwind of media attention and expectations, largely due to his famous surname. However, examining his journey reveals a series of disappointments: a lackluster performance at USC, struggles in the Summer League, underwhelming showings in preseason, and ultimately challenges in the NBA. The notion of Bronny as a professional basketball player is mysterious, as his transition to the pros appears to be one of the most questionable career decisions made by someone who has yet to demonstrate the qualifications for such a level. In his second year at USC, he was working hard to become an NBA player in the future. It's important to acknowledge the challenges he faced, including a serious cardiac incident that nearly cost him his life before the season began, which certainly warrants compassion and understanding. His decision to return after his freshman year was somewhat surprising. However, when it comes to his performance on the court following that incident, it hasn't been impressive. Despite this, his father publicly claimed that Bronny James was outperforming some players on the current Lakers roster. There's a singular reason to capture that image of him and his dad playing together, showcasing the father-son NBA duo. In my view, Bronny James is merely a pawn in LeBron James' career. Consider the facts. When Bronny was on the verge of entering the NBA, scouts consistently advised him against declaring, suggesting he should return to school, join the G League, or even play overseas. However, the pressure from LeBron to turn pro and join the Lakers was immense. The idea of Bronny and LeBron sharing the court could have been a truly memorable moment, but it feels overly orchestrated. The entire Bronny experiment feels completely inauthentic, resembling a classic case of a sports dad exploiting his son's career for personal gain. When examining Bronny's college stats, it's hard to ignore the numbers. Under 5 points per game, shooting below 40%, and a dismal under 30% from three-point range. His free throw percentage was equally disappointing. As a 5-star prospect in high school, Bronny averaged just 19 minutes on the court, which is frankly unacceptable. Now, if I were to suggest that this player, with such lackluster production, was a top-tier college athlete in his conference, you would probably laugh. If I claimed he was going pro and entering the draft, you'd think I was delusional. And if I told you that a player averaging 4.8 points per game secured a fully guaranteed 4-year NBA contract as a rookie, you might consider me out of my mind. For Bronny James, the journey to the NBA has been shaped significantly by his last name. As he transitions from high school to college and now to the pros, he's faced a unique set of challenges, really intense for him, as NBA players and fans may mockingly suggest that he only made it to the league because of his father. In reality, Bronny has not demonstrated his skills as a competent college player and a viable NBA prospect. Yet, the way he arrived at this point feels somewhat contrived and insincere. So, what is the reason behind Bronny's presence in the NBA? It's a complex question. It appears that Bronny is being positioned as a key element in the narrative of LeBron's career, with the ultimate goal being a shared moment in Lakers jerseys that would beautifully cap off LeBron's 2-decade-long journey. It might have been noteworthy and impactful if Bronny had genuinely earned his achievements. However, looking back at his Summer League performance against players who are often 12th men in Europe, it's evident that Bronny faced challenges against mid-tier and low-tier NBA competitors. he recorded an average of 8.8 points per game, with a shooting percentage of 35% and a mere 16% from three-point range. Throughout the Lakers' summer league, he was never sidelined, had his playing time cut, or was told to stop shooting despite the numerous missed attempts. Sadly, those summer league statistics are actually better than what he posted at USC, which is hard to believe. Bronny James' short college career was labeled a failure, and now his performance in the NBA Summer League has also been disappointing. In the ongoing NBA preseason, he's played considerable minutes in 2 games, yet he's only scored 2 points, turned the ball over 4 times, shot poorly, failed to make any three-pointers, and has a minus 28 rating. According to numerous NBA scouts, Bronny James is considered an undersized guard, lacking any significant skills in shooting, ball handling, or defense. His passing is unimpressive, and his shooting is nearly absent. He doesn't possess any physical attributes typically expected of a point guard. Observing the 2 Lakers preseason games against the Suns and Timberwolves, it's evident that he appears overwhelmed, struggling to find his place on offense and looking confused on defense. It's somewhat painful to watch. He seems more like a spectator who donned a jersey and jumped onto the court, almost playfully teasing the audience as if he were a fake NBA player. As we all anticipated, it was a rocky start to the season for Bronny. He had a brief moment of relevance as a bench player or the 12th man. However, as predicted after a few weeks, the franchise was sent to the G League, where he could really shine. But his debut for South Bay was also not great. Despite the enthusiastic crowd at the UCLA Health Training Center and ticket prices reaching as high as $175, Bronny's performance highlighted several areas needing improvement. In the South Bay Lakers' 110-96 victory over the Salt Lake City Stars, Bronny recorded 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. While these statistics showed progress compared to his previous outing, his shooting struggles, 2 for 9 overall and 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, and 5 turnovers, underscored the necessity for further development. Charles Barkley, the former NBA star renowned for his straightforward commentary, has expressed his thoughts on Bronny's growth trajectory. Barkley stated that the G League would be an ideal next step for Bronny. "I think he needs to go to the G League so he can get better as a basketball player. He's not going to get better sitting on the bench. He needs to play basketball. The only way you get better at playing any sport is playing that sport."
I think he should be in the G League. He's not ready to play in the NBA right now.
And it's expected he will spend.
And he should be in the G League because he's not ready to play in the NBA first and foremost. But secondly, there's going to be some guys coming for his head, and he's not ready because he's really a tweener. He's a point guard, 2 guard. His probably best attribute right now is being a defender. But I think to take the pressure off him and let him get better as a player, he should be in the G League.
When the season approaches its final games, he could be back in the NBA and might see some action during garbage time. In the grand scheme, Bronny is likely to fade into the background of the Lakers' ongoing saga. While some might defend him by pointing out that he was a late second-round pick, I don't believe I'm being overly critical. The media attention he garners resembles that of a first-round or lottery pick, yet he hasn't truly earned his place in the NBA with a fully guaranteed 4-year contract. The crux of the issue is that LeBron James' legacy has overshadowed Bronny's own journey, which doesn't sit well with many in the league. In the best-case scenario, Bronny James can overcome the challenges he's faced, including his cardiac incident, and continue to develop his skills. He'll become a role player for the Los Angeles Lakers, showing significant improvement in his shooting, ball handling, and defense. His hard work and dedication will maybe pay off, but more realistically, Bronny will keep having difficulty establishing himself in the NBA. His growth will be stifled by a lack of playing time and the weight of his father's legacy. Despite his hard work, Bronny will struggle to earn a stable position on the team, often finding himself in the G League. The relentless comparisons to his father and the immense expectations will be detrimental to his confidence and mental well-being, and will ultimately result in an early conclusion to his NBA basketball journey. He'll have to prove many wrong and change his game completely. Maybe that'll be easier when his father retires, but let's be honest and admit that this task is almost impossible. Bronny is simply not good enough. Regardless of the outcome, fans and analysts alike will watch Bronny's journey